Welcome to Letters to Rising Leaders. It's a podcast series about God, soul, love, and leadership. And I'm your host, Tom Mohr. In this first 13 weeks of our series, we're pursuing the question, who is God? For those of you who are following along with my book, today's topic is Creator God, and it's week 2. I grew up in Canada, in a suburb outside of Toronto, and as I shared last week, our family went to church every week at the United Church of Christ church that was close to our home. But as I got older, for reasons I will share in future podcasts, I drifted away from God and from the church. I went on to college and I graduated, moved out to Northern California, and it was there at a party that I met Pegeen, beautiful Irish Catholic girl. And Pegeen stole my heart. But as I fell off that cliff, I really began to struggle because Pegeen was Catholic. She went to church every week. I went to church almost never. I knew that if we were to get married, she'd need to know that we would raise our kids Catholic. So I told Pegeen, I need to understand what I'm signing up for. And she introduced me to a nun, Mother Costello. So I went to visit her one day on the campus of Sacred Heart Schools in Atherton, California. And I remember my guard going up as I walked into the room because she was dressed in a traditional habit. But she had a smile that lit up the room. Her eyes just sparkled. And when I sat down and began talking with her and telling her how much I was struggling with Catholicism, I asked her, what do I need to agree on? What's the checklist here? And, questions about the authority of the Pope, that kind of thing. And she smiled and stood up, walked over to a bookshelf and pulled down a book. She turned to me and said, I think I can answer a lot of your questions. In fact, I think the answer is on the front of this book. And she held the book up to me and it said, don't make your God too small. And in that moment, I realized I was looking at it all wrong. We tend to put God in a box to fit our narrow and tiny definitions that we've created in our minds, probably coming from our own denominational experiences or whatever. But God is like a kaleidoscope. If you just turn the light, this beautiful new aspect of God comes into view. Who is Creator God? Creator God is the creator of all life that we see around us. If only we will take a moment to stop and clear our mind and notice it. I live in Minnesota. The deer and the squirrels and the butterflies and the birds and the bees and the worms and the creepy crawlers, and yes, the human beings that are all around me in winter and summer, absolutely beautiful. And the same is true throughout the world. Life thunders on from season to season, from generation to generation. It's a continuous, rolling, generative explosion of life. Isn't that Creator God at work? God is in all of it, in all of us. And He declared, and it is good. Creator God conceived the world we live in and conceives us and births us and nurtures us and loves us. Which leads me to wonder if we pay enough attention to the maternal nature of God. In Genesis it is written, God created man in His own image. Male and female He created them. In Isaiah 66:13, it is written, as a mother comforts her child, so will I, God, comfort you. Last week I said, Abba, Father God hopes we will want to be just like Him. I think Creator God, like a mother, wants us to protect and nurture all creation, just like her. She asked 2 simple questions, spoken in love. Will you open your eyes to the need? Will you open your heart to serve? So to keep with my 10-minute promise, I'm going to shift to our song. The song that I wrote is called Every Shining Star. It's about God in all things and about His call for us to be contributors of goodness in the world. I hope you enjoy it. You see me, Lord. You search me, Lord. You know me just the way I really am. I've wandered far, I've stumbled hard, yet still I'm part of your almighty plan. Every shining star in the heavens has been lit like a candle by your hand. And you, God of everything, know and love me. It's a miracle too vast to understand. In the secret place, you knit me, Lord. You created me to be your special one. And now you call, you want my all. Where from your light and love can I even run? Before a word is on my tongue, before a thought has just begun, you know. I can fly across the sea, but no matter where I flee, you are. You say I'm made in your own image, but how could that possibly be true? That the soul fire of a sinful seeker could be lit by the great almighty you. We've been formed in love by you above, and now you call us forth to go and give, to bring our hearts, to make us start, so others might discover love and live. Before a word is on our tongues, before a thought has just begun, we'll praise your name. In everything and everyone, we will see your kingdom come. Each face, your grace. You see me, Lord. You search me, Lord. You know me just the way I really am. And now you call, you want my all. Yes, I am part of your almighty plan. Here I am, I will serve. Here I am, my God. Yes, here we are. The moment is now. God calls us all to serve. Well, that's it for today. I hope you'll join us next week for the next episode in this Letters to Rising Leaders podcast series. As I say each week, leader of goodness, go in faith to love and heal the world.